like that? You 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 like that?
What's going on? It's Coach Williams, and I'm back for another breakdown. So today we are going to talk Marte Mapu out of Sacramento State. And I absolutely think that this dude is a scheme fit for the New England Patriots. You know, there was a little bit of controversy. People were mad, everything that happened last year with the Cole Strange pick. People talking about Belichick reaching. Well, if this is a reach, I don't know, man. I think this cat is really good. So let's just jump right into the film. So, all right, we got him here, right? So he was a do-it-all kind of guy, right? He was a linebacker. He was a safety. I personally think he's more of a linebacker. I think that his tendencies and his traits tend to point more towards playing the linebacker position. And you'll see a mix of the good linebacker stuff and the bad safety stuff on this single play right here. So he is the post safety on this. This is middle field closed. And so he is supposed to rotate to the middle of the field, and you'll notice that he hops, right? You're never going to see any safeties do this, right? You're going to want to crossover, run, right? Get into a nice pedal, get yourself square to the line of scrimmage. But when the play declares, it ends up being a run play here. He gets downhill, and look at how much ground he's able to cover so quickly. Get in here and bang, knock this running back, right? So one thing that we always look for when we're scouting players is knockback power, right? Do you have the ability to have strong hands like against stock blocks or if you're playing in the box, like against offensive linemen and things like that? And when you tackle people, do they go backwards? Well, when Marte Mapu is hitting people, they go backwards. All right, so we'll be able to see this thing from the tight here. So they pull this tackle. He leads up through the hole. Mapu shows up in the screen, gets in here, and he's got really good, nice, controlled steps, right? You can see, right? Nice, under control. I always tell my safeties, you want to play slow to fast. He's playing the slow to fast, very patient, and then gets in here and delivers a blow, knocks this guy backwards. So on this next play here, I believe they're playing quarters on this play. And so he's a curl defender here. And he is one of the reasons why I think he'd be a good linebacker is he's got a really good feel in these curl zones, right? You'll see this a lot over the course of the tape, right? He does a good job of getting his depth, right? So one thing that you don't want to do as this curl match defender is you don't want to get deeper than 12 yards. And you can see they're really well coached. They're all on the same level here. And he ends up underneath this in-breaking route here, right? So if the quarterback is going to throw this is going to be a tight window that he's going to have to throw it into. He ends up in a good spot. Now the quarterback breaks the pocket. We've talked about this on the channel in the past. What are the scrape rules, the contained rules for the quarterback? You're usually going to have a second level defender do it. So him and this inside linebacker are both attacking the quarterback here. And that forces the quarterback to slow up and have to throw this pass here, okay? So this is the type of stuff that they're going to be seeing in the AFC East with guys like, Josh Allen. Tua's got a little bit of escapability. Aaron Rodgers is older, but he can still move a little bit. And one of the things that's great about Mapu is he's an insane athlete. Watch this leap. Look at how far he gets up off the ground. Like, he didn't get to do any of his testing or anything like that for a pro day because he had an injury. And then he also was not invited to the combine. But, this dude is jumping something like 40 inches. That's crazy right there. And we'll get a nice, good view of it from the tight. He wasn't able to knock the pass down, but we're just watching him. He takes care of his business, takes care of his responsibilities, and looks pretty impressive doing it. So he ends up in the screen here. And then look at this vertical. Look at how high he gets up off the ground, man. This is crazy. So that probably should have been a pick too. That was not a great decision by the quarterback. But all right, so this situation here, we can see right now, down in distance, right? It's third down. Sticks are always all the way down here. It's like 3rd and 20 something. So they're running this Tampa 2, right? So they're trying to keep everything in front. And he's the whole match defender. And he does a good job of reading the quarterback's eyes. And the hole, he's matching the hole here. So the whole player running up the seam like this, he's matching him, but he's also reading down through to quarterback vision. So quarterback semi-escapes the pocket here, so he starts to get some width after it crosses over, right? And then he gets down here, his pass is completed. He gets underneath the sticks, this guy tries to turn upfield, and bang! The knockback power shows up again, man. Like, he just crushes this cat, and you'll get a beautiful view of it from the tight. Look at his eyes here, reading the quarterback's eyes, doing a good job. Ball is thrown. He's in pursuit. This is one of the best things about him. He takes great pursuit angles and has great pursuit. Gets in here and bang, crushes this dude, right? Like, knocks him from the sideline. What is this, like 7 yards? Like, bro, the knockback power is insane. He only weighs 217 pounds, but wait till we get into the end of this, bro. He don't look like he plays at 217, man. So, again, right, we talk about this, right? He covers so much ground, gets in here. Really good technique, too. Not crossing over his feet. Shuffle steps, really patient. Doesn't run and get all over the place and out of position and everything, but still gets in there and makes the tackle, makes his dude do a cartwheel. Like, really good job, right? He has the ability to have power while also being under control. It's a very rare trait, and he's got great instincts for the ball. So again, this one, same thing, right? Just shuffle steps, get in here, right? Nest in the gap. Doesn't end up being the guy that makes a tackle, but I just want to show you how great his pursuit is and how he just covers so much distance. Right, coming from that spot, playing that nickel spot, and still being able to get in and make plays on the ball, it's really impressive. So we get this power read play here. Quarterback ends up keeping it, right? And this is part of the reason why it's so important to be patient, is if he just like runs in here like a madman and is just attacking the ball carrier and not thinking, the quarterback's got the ball. Now the quarterback ends up getting tackled anyways, like he's got a guy on him, but he gets in here and makes a tackle too because he's patient. Really good instincts. This is part of why I think he's a linebacker. His instincts at the line of scrimmage are really impressive. All right, and then look at this agility here, right? His ability to stop and start, right? So he gets in here, takes his shuffle steps under control. And he's covering so much ground and so fast, but look at how he can stop on a dime and then get in here and make the tackle. Like, this is just phenomenal. All right, so we got him here in the middle of the screen. And again, right, deep safety, I just don't see it, right? Look at the steps, right? He's hopping again, right? Not crossover running, not getting back to square, not pedaling, but it's a post wheel stop, right? Or a post seam stop and a seam wheel stop route here, okay? And so he's supposed to be the middle field safety. And it's really hard to be able to make this play from this distance. Look at how much ground he's able to cover because he's disguising this, right? So he's disguising and staying here near the hash. And then he runs to the middle of the field, sees that this guy ends up wide open, covers so much distance and so much ground. But then again, right, not a DB technique here, right? We talked about this with Gonzalez, that Gonzalez is really good about not panicking when the ball is in the air, looking at the receiver, waiting till he gets into his body and then turning. He gets caught looking back for the ball here, right? Gets caught looking back for the ball, but still, look at the long arms. He's able to get in here and get a hand on the football, but it's just not enough. It ends up being a touchdown, but still pretty impressive to me, especially for a guy that I think will be playing linebacker in the NFL. So, right? The safety technique is not all the way down there as a deep safety, but still, the athleticism is impressive, right? To cover that much ground and that much distance and be able to get into the play when you're holding the disguise like that, like this dude, he's legit. He's got legit athleticism. So, again, here, I think they're playing quarters here. And again, matching this curl zone, right? Again, staying underneath this thing, making the window super tight. Look, he can't even see him, but he can feel where he's going and does a good job of staying in coverage here. Quarterback breaks the pocket, scrape rules, gets in here and makes a tackle. Important stuff playing in the AFC against those athletic quarterbacks. So we'll see it from tight angle. Right, gets in here under control, understands that this is a vice tackle drill, right? So we got the runner in the vice. We don't need to over pursue anything. We can stay in control and then get in here and it ends perfectly. This is how the vice tackle is supposed to look. Great technique. All right, so now This was him at the Senior Bowl, okay? And so at the Senior Bowl, they had him playing linebacker, okay? So depending on what system you're in, right? So we got a tight end here. It looks like they're into the boundary. It's kind of hard yeah, these are NFL hashes, right? So this is into the boundary. So, NFL is a little bit different, and some people's schemes are a little bit different. So in some schemes, this would be considered the Sam linebacker because he's to the passing strength and to the field. Some schemes, he would be considered the will linebacker because he's away from the tight end. So whatever you want to call it, we got stacked linebackers here, okay? And so on this play, they're going to run outside zone. And so the guard gets his hands on to this defensive lineman here, and then he's going to climb up to get to the linebacker, right? So all he's doing is trying to give the center some time, right? So that he can get into him, then he's going to climb to the next level. Now, this dude is 217 pounds. So you think, okay, yeah, I'm not going to need to come at him with, that level of ferocity, right? I'm not going to need to have to fire off the ball and go straight for this cat. Nah. Bang. Look at that. Look at that knockback power on this guard, right? Like 217 pounds. He don't play like he's 217. The knockback power is ridiculous. And then when he gets in here on the back, you're going to see the knockback power even more. Knocks a dude to the ground, and then the balance that he doesn't end up on the ground. This is like 500 pounds of human right here. And he just ran through it standing straight up, right? Like when people say, oh, he's too small to be able to play linebacker, these are the type of plays that it would show up, right? With a guard trying to get to him to the next level. Like this is impressive stuff. And you're going to see an even more impressive play on this one, okay? So again, this time they're running outside zone, but it's lead zone, okay? So there's a fullback in here, okay? So they're going to lead with the fullback. So fullback is getting a full head of steam here. Well, he's getting a full head of steam too. He's downhill, has the instincts that this is outside zone, gets into the gap. This is classic old school Oklahoma drill. Blocker on defender. What's going to happen? Are you going to be able to make a play on the ball carrier? Well, bang, the knockback power knocks the fullback backwards and then knocks the back too and gets him on the ground. Like that is old school nasty football stuff, right? So his ability to box plays like this, right? Normally, if you're a smaller linebacker, they're going to want you to spill that, right? They're going to want you to wrong arm a fullback so that it can spill to the sideline. But he is showing the ability to get downhill and be able to make plays on ball carriers, right? So, if you're a Patriots fan, you've probably heard the quote from Martellus Bennett that he doesn't want linebackers that eat with forks and knives. He wants linebackers that eat with their hands. Well, Marte Mapu eats with his hands. I don't care how much he weighs. He could put on a few more pounds, but now more and more, there are smaller linebackers in the NFL that are more athletic, that can cover more ground and still have the physical ability to do some things at the line of scrimmage against offensive linemen and fullbacks. And I think Marte Mapu can definitely do that in the league. So I think this is a perfect scheme fit for the Patriots. They've had these bigger, slower linebackers. I think that this dude can really change what they do, especially since in the AFC, there are so many athletic quarterbacks. We saw situations where he's spying people. He's got the speed to be able to move from sideline to sideline, and the dude is nasty. So that's it for this breakdown, and I'll see you in the next one. So as always, you know what it is. It's Coach Williams, Ball Hawks. We fly. I'm out. Peace.